Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time, and boy do I have an important breaking news alert for you today. Now, as you probably know, we release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week, but this was such an important, such a critical, such a time-sensitive news alert that I had to bring it to you immediately. Let's take a look at what's going on. The Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said that the new Senate GOP bill will be called the HEALS Act, which is Health, Economic, Assistance, Liability Protection, and Schools. He also said that the second set of $1,200 stimulus checks will follow the model of the first, but will have more support for adult dependents. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are scheduled to meet with Mark Meadows, the White House Chief of Staff, and U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin in a few hours. In a new interview today on Fox Business, Larry Kudlow, the White House Chief Economic Advisor, said something very surprising. Remember, yesterday, Larry Kudlow told CNN's Jake Tapper that the administration would be seeking to extend the eviction moratorium for renters. However, today, Kudlow on Fox Business gave a clarification and suggested that the administration will just continue forbearance for homeowners with federally backed mortgages. Watch for yourself.
A stimulus deal later on today, but one provision that will not be part of that is a payroll tax cut. So now we know. Seems like a good time to bring in Larry Kudlow. Larry, welcome to the program. Good to see you, sir.
Thanks, Stu.
We are told that we're going to get 70% wage protection in this next plan, that we're going to get liability protection, that we're going to get $1,200 checks, and that we're going to get a moratorium on evictions. What else is in this thing that you can tell us about?
Just one clarification. The moratorium on evictions, that's for federally financed, Fannie Mae, FHA homes. They're forbearing. They will continue forbearance. So there will be no evictions in that sense. On the other side, on the rental side, we're still looking at that. We're still working through that. But one important point, the $1,200 checks will, of course, help people avoid eviction. So federally financed single families, absolutely no eviction. They're still in the forbearance stage. As far as multifamilies, we're looking into that, but the $1,200 checks will provide relief. That's what I was trying to say yesterday.
The next segment of this interview on Fox Business is also very telling. Larry Kudlow was specifically asked about what else was in the bill. The first thing he said was he mentioned the meals and entertainment deductions for businesses. Then he talked about liability protection, and then he mentioned a 70% wage replacement for continued unemployment benefits. Let's watch.
Is there anything else in this proposal that we should know about? More checks? Go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking through. You've talked about the wages. You've talked about the checks. There will be increased business deductions for meals and entertainment. The liability restrictions are an absolute must. The 70% wage cap will be in there. That's an absolute must. There are probably a lot of details. There may be a Buy America provision in there. There may be some other things in there. Look, the president was disappointed, didn't get the payroll tax for political reasons. I'm disappointed. I just say this as a bit of an editorial coming from me. At some point, the White House and the Republican Congress, Senate and House, have got to put some investment incentives, tax rate incentives, and regulatory reduction incentives for long-term economic growth. I mean, Stu, you're not the checks may be essential, but the fact is you can't spend your way into long-term prosperity. And I'm hoping over time this summer, maybe there'll be additional bills, and certainly the president's reelection campaign. We simply must talk about investment incentives for entrepreneurs, large and small businesses, and more regulatory rollback, which the president himself is very, very keen on. I just want to put that in there.
And finally, in this segment of the interview, Larry Kudlow was specifically asked about the leverage that Democrats have in this situation. I think what he said was very telling. Let's watch.
The Democrats have enormous leverage here. You're going into an election 3 months away. You want to secure a win for President Trump. That might mean you're going to spend some more money. And the Democrats really want you to spend a lot more than $1 trillion. They've got the leverage here to push that through.
Well, you know, they have a lot of asks. Interest group asks. More teachers spending money ask. I don't want to go through their litany. That's not my intent today. But I will just say this. $3.5 trillion increase doesn't make any sense to me. Most reasonable people, these are things that the Democrats have been asking for many years, and certainly for the March stuff was rejected in March. I do not think they will get that. There has to be some prudence. But the most important thing, look, we want to keep the schools open. We want to keep the businesses open. Okay, let me just dwell on that for a second. But we want to create jobs. The whole point here is kids and jobs. All right, kids and jobs. Now, with safety and health guidelines, right? The masking, the distancing, the testing, and the hygiene. That is going to be the key to opening up the schools and the businesses, okay, and the businesses. So health comes first and safety comes first, and it's integrated with the economic story. I'm just saying that my V-shaped recovery forecast, which is still intact, needs some help on the safety part, but it also needs some help on the investment part. We have to signal to large and small businesses that we will reward you for investment, and we should signal the workforce, the heroes who have been working, as well as those moving that there'll be incentives. And we do have the retention credit for incentives, and we do have a reemployment credit for incentives to go back to work.
My reaction to this news alert, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That is exactly what I'm thinking. Now, I want to know what you think. Go ahead and comment below and let us know what you think. Our community has been growing very, very rapidly, and I encourage you to comment below so you can get feedback from other members of our community. I'll jump into the comment section as well, and I answer as many comments as I can because I look forward to listening to you and participating in a dialogue with you. Let me know what you think. Go ahead and click comment below and let me know exactly what you thought of this breaking news alert. There you have it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching the breaking news alert. If you did learn something new in this video, please consider clicking the like button below. Please also enable notifications and subscribe so you get important breaking news alerts like this going forward. I try and give my subscribers fair and balanced news. Speaking of fair and balanced news, if you would like to get an instant update from us whenever there's an important piece of information, an important breaking news alert that affects your financial future, please send a text message, get your phone out and send an SMS, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000. The name of the channel is Ignition Time. So send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000. You'll get important breaking news and alerts from us. You'll get an email notification. You'll need to agree to a disclaimer and then we'll send you emails. And you can opt out of our text messages and emails at any time. I release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. And the only time we make a change to the schedule is when we have an important breaking news alert like this one. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you don't know anything about me, my name is Dr. Nitin Choda. I have a rags to riches story. I believe I live the American dream. I am a symbol of American exceptionalism, and I will teach you to live the American dream if you give me the chance. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely check out my origin story on my channel, which is youtube.com/ignition time. And I'm looking forward to leading you and helping you live your American dream. Once again, if you learned something new from this video, please click like, please subscribe, and also please enable notifications so you get instant updates from me directly going forward. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.